the finale for Mario Kart Wii featuring the Gaming Master Guys and Super64134. Hello everybody, this is Nintendo 14. Welcome back to the year of Mario Kart. 25 whole years of Mario Kart. Here's to another 25 years. Oh, we still got a little bit to go till that. Wait, I was supposed to say that. Anyways, last parts. We raced in the Special Cup. Went over what I think is the ideal way to go through playing the entirety of this game. And now, let's play as Yoshi. We're going to ride another bike, one last bike with him here. And we're going to take him to the Lightning Cup. And I also got some good buddies of mine as my guests for this video. It's John and Gerald. Say hello.
The usual hi.
Hi.
You guys are the masters of this game. Tell us all the viewers here, how do you get around all the tracks through Mario Kart? We will start with you, John.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull up my analysis machine and let's make this a 2-hour discussion. JK, but anyways.
Yeah, baby, let's do it.
So, okay. So Mario Kart Wii.
You gotta dense all the information into.
So first of all, SNES Mario Circuit 3. It's from Super Nintendo. Okay, I'm not trying to analyze the tracks, but we're talking about how you master this game. So the only way for you to get good in this game and be good as just like me, for example, the pro, the #1 champion, the eSport champion of Mario Kart Wii, just use bikes and Funky Kong.
Outside drifting bikes, you mean? This is the only time I use the outside drifting bike. The rest of the Grand Prix where I use bikes are inside drifting bikes, which is the more ideal way to go from what I've known, and probably you guys would agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Outside drifting, they just make you drift on the outside of the turns, and then the inside drifting makes you drive like more into the curves. Like, it's hard to explain, but
outside drifties do make cornering a little bit trickier. You do have to compensate a little bit more, maybe drift a little bit earlier than you would with an inside drifting bike.
Yeah, basically you do that. Inside drift is more quick. It's more
beneficial.
Inside drifting also makes a lot sharper turns. And I don't know what you're doing with that blue shell. You're gonna blow yourself and get up again, like how you did in Mario Kart DS.
Look at me now, I got a blue shell. Nobody can stop me now. It's like that feeling when you have triple reds and you make it to the front. Nobody can touch you. I think when I got to the front, I think it's just the back of my mind, one of the CPUs stopped from the looks of it just to let me past. Good news for us. Made taking the lead real easy.
Oh. No lightning yet. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, I'm glad there's no lightning. So there's a thundercloud, if that counts. I was gonna make one last charge with it, but come up a little bit short.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, we do need to do a little victory celebration by throwing the blue shell as we're crossing the finish line. All right, so Gerald, you're also the veteran in this group that has a lot of experience under Mario Kart. Will you tell us here, what do you do to make blistering lap times race after race?
Right, so back then, like, Mario Kart Wii was both seen as a casual and competitive game. I guess you could call me in the middle. I was never really too involved with the competitive community, but I knew a lot about it. So from my knowledge, your best option was going with an inside drifting bike and a heavy, mostly being Funky because he had the speed stat and all that, and Daisy because she sort of had like a similar speed stat, but it was in the medium weight class. So your best option was just going with an inside drifting bike and possibly Funky or Daisy.
Yeah, you didn't meet that many people that use carts. I did find some good handling carts when I was playing this game. When I was looking up all the potential stats that could look viable, that a lot of the girl characters can pair good with the carts. Like with Rosalina, Daisy, and Baby Peach, they have all the stats that help out carts pretty well. Because carts, you need a good balance between speed and handling. That's all the stuff that went in the intro segments.
We're good.
Back then, Go ahead,
you can
John.
go. Oh, you can. Fine, I'll go first then. Okay, so it's quite impressive how nowadays the Mario Kart Wii committee is still alive, believe it or not, but it's I wouldn't say it's big as before. I don't really follow it, but ever since the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service has shut down, like back in 2014, many people have managed to at least make their own servers to continue on playing online with this game through CTGP, for example. And yeah, yeah, we Fi as well. So if you ever go online with those servers, it's a possibility you will find those people still. Trust me, but they're most likely pros.
And they're gonna be rocking funky Flame Runner 24/7. I did as of recently, just for footage, I did go online with the Wii MFE, and then tried out one race or two, and yeah, they're pretty good. They're fast. It's tough to keep up with them.
What made people like this game a lot and like keep playing it competitively was just like the physics in general. I know a lot of people used to tell me that they like the physics in this game. I've seen a lot of videos with funny moments with physics.
Yeah.
That and Funky. Funky's best character.
What kind of funny physics?
Back then, I never really even used Funky myself. Like I used an inside drifting bike because like heck, you really wouldn't get anywhere if you didn't use an inside drifting bike. I wish you very, very much luck.
I actually used outside drifting bikes and karts a lot back then because I always thought inside drifting was too hard. I know, I suck. I had experience with this game, but I did not have pro experiences. I was a lot younger, and I just used automatic. Since I'm now much more older and more wise, I obviously use inside drifting bikes and manual. So
I'm surprised because like back then, on like the competitive community for Mario Kart Wii was like very fresh. I was a youngster. I'm surprised for all this, to be honest. I just had all that information to my head.
I did use manual at times, but I was only good with it for karts only. I could never use it well with bikes or outside, like bikes in general. Back then, that is.
Yeah, that's another thing. You have to use manual if you want to compete.
Yeah, of course, because of the power drifting. One thing I want to add with the inside drifting bikes, was it much of a learning curve to learn the inside drifting bikes? Like early in the game's lifespan, did you guys find yourself mainly using outside drifting bikes before you were able to learn how to control the inside drifting bikes?
Yes.
From what I remember, no, but I did find some difficulty like getting adjusted to the inside drifting, so I just started out with like basic karts.
Yeah, believe it or not, inside drifting bikes and outside drifting bikes are pretty different with automatic for sure. Trust me, even though it doesn't seem like it, it does. It did like I could use inside drifting bikes fine, but it just after using karts and outside drifting bikes for a while, it takes a while for me to adjust the inside drifting mechanic. Usually like a race or two after, mainly one, but that's just back then. So recent experiences, well, obviously, it's not that hard to adjust nowadays.
Yeah, when you get the inside drifting down, it can feel really nice. Like you'd be surprised how much handling and your ability to cut corners with the inside drifting bikes really is. Because with just about all the outside drifting bikes, you can see here on DK Mountain, I'm having a hard time, making corners stick. Like even I'm steering left and right 100% on the control stick, and it's not enough to stay on the bottom. Like I'm washing up the track, like right here especially.
That's probably one of the reasons that made people go towards inside drifting bikes as well, because the layout of some of the tracks.
You should look at the layout for CTGP. And for you guys who don't know, it's a.
Those tracks are made for basically the competitive.
They're all made for inside drifting.
So if you use inside drifting bikes.
If you're trying using a car or outside drifting bike, then you'll have a hard time. Outside drifting bikes is a really hard mode for CTGP. Karts they're not bad, but.
You're a fool if you decide to use the karts in a race filled with bikes, because with karts you're finding yourself in a disadvantage, and that's you can't.
Yeah, no, really.
It's tough to cut corners with the kart because the outside drifting stinks. You're still seeing right here. Still using the same mistakes. Out there that were
just, like, back then, like people out on CCGP, they would use karts just to control and see if they could get any high placings, like the baby boost. Yeah, I remember that was a popular one to use.
Trying to shame all the hardcore, try-hard competitive people.
Yeah. I know, like, for example, YouTuber TWD98 is one of those people. Like, he plays Mario Kart Wii very competitively, and has been, and still does to this day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So at long last, man.
I remember he used to go on this, like, random worldwide...
Anyways, this cup, the Lightning Cup, this is just a long cup. I think all of the tracks we've been to so far have taken at least 2 minutes. And this is the one that is probably going to take the longest. Equivalent to Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road 64, we got Bowser's Castle, which is pretty lengthy, if not for 1 lap alone. Now we got 3 laps around this monstrous track.
Besides that, does create some decent races.
Yep. This track does feel like a final track. Like, it actually fits the mood as a final track. Like, literally. Like, oh, right, Bowser just wrecked you.
Yeah, I ran into him.
Oh, jeez, Bowser, he's getting karma. But
yeah, the thing with the Bowser's Castle for here and in Mario Kart 64, there are very few shortcuts for this track, and if you want to stay close in contention for the lead, you need to, put up as fast lap times as you can. Try not to make too many mistakes and hug the corners as tight as you can. So that way you can maintain track position.
There was a shortcut there at the very end, like you do. You could cut that little corner if you manage to get on the edge of the track.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not too
it saves you
a
few seconds. It's there.
Not good enough for that.
And look, there's more. There's Marty in jail. He's still there after all these years, but except he's no longer green.
Looks a little different, yeah. There's a shortcut that you can take at the very first turn, or after the straightaway on the start-finish line. There's a turn in the grass that you can take. I believe that's the only obvious shortcut that's on this track, other than the one that you mentioned right before the lap ends.
That one probably isn't intentional, but like people discovered and they started taking it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another reason actually why so many why this game became so competitive is because a lot of people found very promising to do, especially the ultra shortcuts. No, don't even get me started on this.
I don't know how people discovered those type of shortcuts, like the Global Volcano infamous shortcut, the glitch one. I don't know.
Infamous.
Yeah, infamous. That's what I meant to say, not infinite. Too much Sonic Forces in my mind, but yeah, infamous. Yeah, and the infamous. Capcom. Yeah, and Mushroom Gorge. Obviously, I don't know who discovered that.
That one's hard. I remember pulling it off myself back then.
I don't know who discovered that. People have way too much free time.
The one where you use Daisy on the Dolphin Dasher, and then you somehow angle it so you can hop over the mountain, and then clear this checkpoint that allows you to be registered at the end of the lap.
Yeah, there's a checkpoint on the map you have to pass, otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah. But like, you don't have to be the specific character, but there's some characters that make it easier to do, as you mentioned.
Yep, so
there's a lot of the shortcuts.
We've reached the 3-minute mark on this track. I did praise Mario Kart 64 a lot for having variety, for different kind of paces of tracks. Like, some tracks are short and some tracks are long, but you know what? I like that here. I mean, or actually, for this sakes, it feels too much. Like, there's too many tracks that feel too long, or maybe the entire Lightning Cup just is. All the tracks just take forever to race in. Maybe it's because of the pacing or the way that they were ported over for this game. They could have maybe scaled that down a bit.
Dude, imagine doing this on 50cc. Oh boy.
If you want to get through that quickly, in that kind of configuration, use Funky Kong. Otherwise, you're going to be spending about at least 20 minutes total for that. When usually you should be only spending about 10 to 15 minutes on a Grand Prix.
I've also got
the Gold Cup. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was gonna say on the results part, like when they show the time, it's kind of crazy how you were 40 seconds ahead of everyone else in the like in the last 6 places, I think. Yeah, you were like
maybe a full minute off.
Like the first
place.
No, 3 triple stars, Jesus.
Yeah, I wasn't playing around here in this
It's
recording.
hard to get.
It is. You basically got to be perfect. Pray that you
They're
don't get hit by a red or a blue shell.
They're very crucial with the specifics.
Oh my gosh, this theme. I love
The
this
credit
ending
scene.
theme.
Me too.
So
It's
much.
great.
I remember this.
So here's where we go into the final thoughts for this game. I went over my thoughts about this game in the Special Cup, and that's I have this bizarre relationship with this game, and that it kind of came and went. I was able to play it for the minimal time that I had it, and then when it had this long period where I wasn't able to play it, then that's what it was. It's just this Mario Kart game that I somehow not have that much memories with. Like I wasn't able to play it as much as I have with other games like Mario Kart DS, 64 or 8. So with my brief summary on my thoughts of this game out the way, let's start with you, John. What are your final thoughts about this game?
Well, this game had an interesting story to me on how I first played it, unlike any other Mario Kart game. But that's me too much to explain. But my experience with this game, let's see. I remember that I got the first. I didn't own the game when I first time played it. It was actually my cousin actually offered me to play this game, and the first cup I tried was a Flower Cup, and I instantly fell in love with the game. It was for the Wii, of course. I didn't have many Wii games back then. All I had was Galaxy and Carnival games, and finding this game was very hard at first. It was sold out everywhere because it was a massive hit, especially with the most sales I had.
The bundle
and,
too. They didn't make
yes.
it easier either.
Yeah, the Wii wheel was pretty unique as well. I used that first, and it was so fun to use. Like literally, this game I made the most memories with because I actually played this with a lot of people. Like a lot of people came over, like even my sister's friends too, and they would even want to play the game too. And yeah, like definitely, like a lot of memories has been made through this. And this game itself got me into the Mario Kart series. Like it made me want to try the past Mario Kart games, like Double Dash, DS, and all that, and etc. And I got to learn the history. Thanks, due to this game. If it wasn't for this game, I'd probably play Mario Kart a lot later. But I'm glad I get to try this out. This was actually a good game too. At least gave me a good impression on how Mario Kart truly is and all that. And plus, in my opinion, this game truly has the best roster out of all so far. I guess based on variety, I would say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but the clones kind of killed it. But it was nice how they had Nintendo characters. But this is Mario Kart we were talking about.
Yeah, in terms of an all balanced character roster, this game has it over the Mario Kart 8.
And plus, not to mention, this game got many things together. Mainly because this is one of the games where the Gaming Master Guys was truly made. This is how I met people on Skype. It was this game.
True.
Also. So, a little fun fact there. Okay, I'm done now. Your turn.
Alright, so my experience with this game. I feel like it's one of those games for what it was. I thought it was pretty decent even for back then for the Wii disc. It holds some of my best memories with the Wii, alongside Brawl. And like John said, yeah, it's pretty much the debut of the Gaming Master Guys, or most of the crew. And I have a lot of fun times, fun memories playing with you guys. And like John said, it has a really good roster. I'd say one of the best in the series, that's for sure. The competitive aspect of this game, like I said, I wasn't too into, but I had decent knowledge about. And for playing worldwide, it was pretty fun. And yeah, it was also one of my first online experiences of a video game too. It's pretty fun. And like John also said about how it got him into the Mario Kart series, I guess you could say it further enhanced like my.
I want to.
Yeah, that's
missing
make
2 years, man, since he's gone.
But like I was saying, it like further increased my interest in the Mario Kart series, and that's pretty much it in a short.
Yeah, as we're in the congratulations screen. This is the congratulations screen that you get when you unlock everything. The other one is when you don't do that, where you only get Mario and Peach. Here you get the full roster, all the characters that you can play as for this game. It's
And
pretty
your
sweet. Yeah, and your me as well. If you don't include the alternate outfit, which could be in there, but you know what, for the sakes of repetitiveness, then they didn't have that in there. So anyways, that's all the Mario Kart Wii content we have on this channel. It has been confirmed that we're going to have to push back Mario Kart 7 until December for this year, as we need to figure out how we're going to. We gotta situate everything in order to get quality content for those games. And now, starting next week, we're going to be starting up Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Yeah. I already did a Grand Prix for that game in a couple years ago when the game was new. So I'm going to do something a little bit different for that. You'll stay tuned for that. So, John, Gerald, thank you for sharing your thoughts and what you guys do for the best out of this game.
No problem as usual.
I like chicken.
John likes chicken. See you guys next Tuesday, as we're going to be starting up the first video of Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U,
All right.
the OG Mario Kart 8.
Time to skip a generation.
We'll come back to the 2011 generation in a couple months. Just give us more time on that. So, see you guys later, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Subscribe to Jack. Put
Ad
so much
revenue.
videos. Bye.
Too many. So many.